I'm delighted now to be joined by Bonnie Shepard from Social Sectors Development Strategies in Boston. Bonnie, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to see you. Now, you're doing a session about sex selection and whether there are enough brides or not in society. Tell us a little bit about that very interesting topic.
We're looking at the long-term consequences of widespread use of sex selection abortion, and we specifically focused on India, although this is happening in other countries, and certain districts in India where the problem is particularly acute.
Is there an issue?
It is a big issue. First of all, what they call the sex ratio of the female to male population is changing drastically over time. And we have verified that through DHS data, so that the 15 to 19-year-olds in some districts, there are many, many fewer girls than boys.
Bonnie, what's caused this?
It's son preference, basically, that a variety of factors, including inflated dowries, inheritance laws, lead to a preference of families for sons, for having sons born. And when this is combined with the changing preferences for smaller families, then that increases the use of sex selection abortion.
So Bonnie, what are the effects of this?
Well, we started the study because we found a lot of speculation in the literature on the long-term effects without much hard data, and so we thought if we examined the literature more thoroughly, we might be able to find some more evidence. We were able to verify through DHS data that in fact, the ratio of females to males in this population and some of the districts and states is very skewed. We were not able to make any correlations with early marriage, which is one of the speculations, rises in early marriage, or with violence against women, which is one of the other speculated consequences in the literature. We did find journalistic accounts from newspapers and interviews of polyandrous marriages, women marrying 2 or 3 brothers. And our partners in India did find some evidence, first of very, very much larger numbers of men in their 20s and early 30s who are not married.
Now, we've talked about the effects that this might have on individuals, but what effect does it have on the society as a whole?
I think that China has a similar and maybe more drastic situation. And what they're seeing is that the very, very sudden drop in fertility, combined with many fewer women in their, a fertile age, than men, which is starting to, the momentum of this is starting to build. They are foreseeing a very, very sudden economic consequence in terms of the burden of an aging population with very many fewer people of working age to sustain them. And in China it's going to happen much more suddenly than it has happened in the northern countries, in the US and Europe. And it really is foreseen that in India, because the trend to skewed sex ratios is increasing, and we saw that in the DHS data, that the ratios are worse among 15 to 9-year-olds in the 2001 census than in 20 to 24-year-olds. So the trend is increasing to more use of sex selection abortions. So it's going to have big consequences down the road.
Now, Bonnie, this is a moral as well as a sociological issue, so what can be done?
What's been found in India is that it really makes absolutely no difference that sex selection abortion is illegal. It's been banned since sometime in the 1990s. And really you have to attack the root causes, which have to do with son preference. So you would have to change inheritance laws so that girls are not discriminated against. in inheritance laws, and you might want to promote, I guess, more links of girl children with support of their aging parents. You know, so some I think social measures that would enable females to play the same role as males in supporting their parents. And finally, attacking the system of dowry is difficult, but that's really one of the driving forces. Dowries have inflated, and they're a source of upper mobility for some families who pay huge sums to have their daughters married into a slightly wealthier family.
Bonnie, thank you very much indeed for joining us today on Global Health TV. Fascinating subject. Thank you.